White Weenie. It's a tradition within Magic where you play small little creatures and you hit your opponent in the face with them like some sort of boxer, but you're tiny. All the other boxers are big and you're a tiny little boxer. In this case, the Weenies are going to be predominantly cats because we're playing Arabella, the first Fang. That's right, the Eminence cat from Commander is back and we're seeing him at an earlier time in his life. It said all cats in the multiverse trace their lineage back to him, from the meekest kitten to the mightiest lion. Yeah, if you didn't understand what's going on with the storyline of Foundations, because a lot of people are enjoying the fluff and the flavor and the theme of the stuff in Foundations, it is timeline agnostic, which means it's things from the past, it's things from the future, it's not positioned at any point along the timeline, and thus we can get Planeswalkers who've been disparked as Planeswalkers, although actually I don't think we have that in the set. Do we? Is Nissa in the set? No, we got Vivian. So, is Vivian disparked? Who knows? But we get cards like Arabella in a former past life. The deck is White Weenie central. To explain that archetype a little bit, it's where you play smaller creatures, and the aim is to get under your opponent by beating them up before they really get into the game. White Weenie is a distant cousin of RDW, if we're completely honest. The red deck wins, the mono red aggro, the Sly deck, because we are looking to finish the game before our opponent gets too far ahead. However, White tends to be a bit slower than Red does. Red is super aggressive, normally sacrificing everything to get there. White has a lot more, shall we say, bordering on mid-range elements to its aggro plans a lot of the time, especially in modern times when they've introduced cards like, where's that sheep? Enduring Innocence, for example, is a way that they've grown White's color identity to be a bit more attrition-based than it once was. More cards that just raw dog draw you cards, even if only once a turn. Long gone is Mentor of the Meek and Mark Rosewater saying that it's out of pie. Instead we have like truly, I think not strictly better, but almost strictly better upgrades to it in conventional competitive Magic, and not that Brawl's competitive, I mean like this card is playable in fucking Pioneer and stuff. But now we have upgrades to Mentor of the Meek, and they're really good. They are like the lubricant, if you will, the oil, the grease to make this pussy-filled White Weenie deck really pop. That's right, I did just say all those words in a sentence. You can be sick later. We've got Magic to play. Now, if we talk some mechanics, Arabella the First Fang is a 3-mana 2/2 cat avatar that says other cats you control get +1/+1, and when he or another non-token cat you control enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white cat creature token, and the token's pretty cute. Here's the cat on the wall playing with a butterfly. This means we are playing other cats, but we're not playing all the shit cats. We're playing reasonably good cats. Some of our cats are a little bit on the worst side. Sacred Cat, for example, is just a 1/1 with lifelink, but we have lifelink synergies in the deck, and it has Embalm, which means we can get Wraths, which is a big weakness of playing a go wide deck, and then Embalm it back to get some sort of like grindy options to recover from being completely destroyed. Then we've just got aggressive cats like 3/1s for 2 mana. This is a 2/2 flyer for 2 mana, which honestly is above rate for old boomers like me. Really, the synergies are that when it ETPs, it makes a cat off of Arabella, and the upside is it's got a 5 mana sink if you're flooding to pump your entire team. As far as an aggressive creature goes, this is actually pretty solid in this deck. We've got double striking cats. We got cats that care about equipment, which is a vital part to talk about the rest of this deck. I think Kemba's the only one because I cut Kemba's alchemy card. Anyway, we are playing the equipment package. We're playing Stoneforge, we're playing Sigarda's Aid, and we're playing a collection of swords. Fire and Ice, Forge and Frontier, Once and Future. If I'm honest, these would be other swords if they were on the client, but they're not. Fire and Ice is my favorite of the bunch. Best equipment ever printed. We've got Andoril, Flame of the West, which isn't a sword of X and Y, but it's a pretty good sword for going wide and beating your opponent up. So we've got this equipment package and creatures that benefit from having the equipment on them too. And the other like element of the deck, beyond just a load of removal to make sure we can clear out blockers like Path to Exile, Swords to Plowshares, and Banishing Light, is flicker effects, because this would not be a mono white deck coming from me, your boy PleasantKenobi, without flicking the bean. We have Cloud Shift, we have Ephemerate, we have other ones that I can't think of right now. Where's the Dollmaker? Dedicated Dollmaker is a 2-mana 2/2 Dwarf Artificer from the Alchemy set. If you're going to moan about digital only cards, go down and do it in the comment section below. It's good for engagement. When it enters the battlefield, it exiles up to 1 target non-land, non-token permanent. Its controller creates a token that's a copy of it, except it's not legendary, it's an artifact and digital types. In essence, we exile our own thing or our opponent's thing and create an artifact version of it, which means we can reset the ETB of an Arabella, for example, putting it back into the command zone, or similar. The deck is super sweet, and it is really good at punishing everyone just spinning their fucking wheels. The average Brawl player like myself trying to play 5 and 6 mana commanders and do dirty things, and we're over here curving out and beating the living snot out of them. If you want to buy any Frontier cards, use coolstuffinc.com, use the code Kenobi at checkout, get 5% off your order. This works on singles and sealed product, and you'll get one of these wonderful Orc Army tokens for making the order as well, and it really goes to help support the show. All of Foundations is on there now, up for pre-order. I say pre-order, the set's out now, technically? Fuck, I don't even know when it's out. It's so confusing when sets are actually out, you know? Are you going out? I'm going out. And with that out of the way, let's play some Magic the fucking Gathering, baby. We are up against another aggressive deck. I'll be honest, probably a more aggressive deck than we are. Arabella, I made a video about her a couple of weeks ago. She is quite good. Very aggressive. We do have answers to her in hand. Namely, we have an ability to exile her with Werefox. Kutz's Flanker does not destroy artifacts. It has a million things, but not destroy artifacts. We're going to give this a go. We have 2 Flicker spells in hand, so we can reset our Arabo multiple times. We're playing a Bone Splitter because we have cards that care about being equipped, like Kimber, and it also just allows us to be really aggressive. Bone Splitter is a classic aggressive card. We are playing the rare version of it too. That is a Giver of Runes. That is a Magic card that might cause us some problems. I want a Charming Prince and Scry too. I'm going to hit that 3rd land drop. Much prefer the Flicker stuff, but here we go. I'll be hand to the bin. The bottom, line slash to the bottom. We want to hit that 3rd land so we continue to white Weenie all over them till they pop. Red Source Arabella, and now Arabella is a very good blocker thanks to Giver of Runes here. We drew a Get Lost, pretty good, but it's not the 3rd land for Werefox, which is a huge problem for us. I'm going to Get Lost the Giver right now, just get rid of it. Giver of Runes is like Mother of Runes, but it can't target itself. It's going to pro white Arabella, so we can't target Shining Prince. Yep, sure, no attacks, pass back. Not hitting in that 3rd land is pretty brutal here, if I'm completely honest with you. Esper Sentinel from our opponent, very strong draw, powers up our Arabella, gives them some card draws. Speak of the Heavens, just another good 1-drop to power up Arabella's attack. When she swings now, we will lose 2 damage, and they'll gain 2 life, which is part of her trigger. Gonna map onto her as well to try and make her bigger. She's a 2/4, okay. In she comes, Krenko on top, 28 to 22, no blocks. We're not going to lose Charm Prince to that. We did not draw another land, which is really bad. Okay, we're going to go Dedicated Dollmaker. We're going to target our Charming Prince, exiling it, and making a token copy of it, to allow us to scry 2 again to try and hit these bloody... Wow. Glad we're putting these to the bottom. Land drops, please. If we can cast our spells, we actually have a chance, but if we don't cast our spells, we do not, which is pretty much how Magic works. Missing that land drop is brutal, but I do think the land system in Magic, where non-games are a thing that happens and are an issue as such, I do believe that the land system brings more to Magic than it takes away. In my humble, rather biased opinion, that Magic the Gathering is the greatest game ever made. We lose a body to Kabira Takedown there. They map onto Arabella. Now at 3/5. And impact out, which is bonkers with Arabella. Top of the library. They swing for 3. They ping us for 3. We say no blocks. We draw a land. Okay. We're playing some Magic the Gathering now. I think we're Werefoxing Arabella pre-combat. I think that's what we're doing. Yeah, no attacks. We have to do it pre-combat, because if they swing, I need to get the trigger, and we're still going to have a 6-point life swing. They cast and impact out, of course they do. So we're going to Werefox Arabella here. If we hit our land ups early, we could like Werefox Arabella. If I'm in now, Werefox then impact out. We could always do that next turn, but we really want to keep Arabella off the board, although every time they attack, now they're going to grind impact out. Esper Sentinel will die here to make a gnome, which seems incorrect. Seems very wrong, but it puts a counter on impact out, so that is something, I guess. We're going to go Delny, which doubles the triggers of all our creatures. So if we flicker Werefox, we get to exile 2 permanents. No attacks. End turn. Suspiciously holding up a white mana over here. They cast Archangel Elspeth. Okay. I wanted them to cast Arabella, if I'm honest with you. They're going to give this a +1/+1. Make it an angel and make it fly. It's got lifelink. Creates a 4/4 if they've got more life than there. It's going to make a 4/4 this turn, right? Because they've got 7 more. No, they haven't got 7 more life. Not yet. Before combat, we're going to ephemerate the Werefox. What are these yellow markers telling me? Can't be blocked. Okay. Werefox get double trigger, and it's going to eat the speaker and Anim, which is pretty sweet, if I'm honest. It's good for them if they can kill the Werefox, obviously. On my turn, we're going to rebound and... just not, actually, because flickering the Charming Prince is going to get rid of the token, which is bad. We drew a Cloud Shift, which allows us to do the same trick again, which is pretty sweet. Going to go to combat, kill Elspeth, bop them for 4. Play Arabo, make 2 cats thanks to Delny. Cat time, baby! Hold up a white mana for Cloud Shift to flicker our Werefox, flicker our Arabo. The frustrating thing is, like, flickering Werefox gives them back the things underneath it. So if they're going to kill it to get the things back and there's nothing else in play, we can't exile something else. There is a Krenko. On end of turn, we can flicker Arabo to make 2 more cats, or we can flicker Werefox to eat the Krenko and eat the Anim. Back out and leave them with just the 1/1 lifelink. I think that's what I want to do here. We get their things back, we reset it. Oh, we would get to eat the things that they target removal spell. That would work. Anim and Krenko. They can have a 1/1. We don't care about a 1/1. There we go. We drew Sigarda's Aid, which is cute, I guess. We're going to equip our Bone Splitter to just a cat, I guess. Go to combat and just smash face for billions of damage. We've got the cat that we make here will double make 2 more cats thanks to Downy plus Arabo. No, it won't because it's a 3-1. I'll only make 1 cat. It's good to know. Sigarda's Aid is actually a bit of a dodgy card in our deck because I don't have that many equipment. They get a blocker. Sure. We're going to gain 2 life and scry 2 here, I think. Yep, make 2 cats. Gain 2 life and scry 2. Oh, wait, it's 2 toughness on Downy. Wait, we should have got 2 Arabo triggers, right? Hang on. This is a 4-2. Downy says creatures you control. Oh, ability of a creature you control with power 2 or less triggers. Oh, but it's Arabo's trigger. It's not the cat's trigger. Oh my goodness. Downy plus Arabo is hot shit. The good stuff. We've got 2 lands, a Guide of Souls and Ocelot Pride, so we just can't lose, right? These cards are bonkers enough to be nerfed in Alchemy. We've got Banishing Lights removal spell if we hit another land. We've got Sword of Fire and Ice, which is pretty good. And by pretty good, I mean one of my favourite equipments of all time. Teleportation Shackle is pretty good at flickering all our shit. Let's play the Guide of Souls. I'll probably die if I'm honest. I should have some sort of removal. We're into Mono Black, Liliana of the Dark Realms, but when she's been squirrelified on Bloomburrow. If you didn't know, when you travel to Bloomburrow, you turn into a furry, which happens to a lot of us, really, when we go to conventions. They duress us here. It's Banishing Light, Sword of Fire and Ice, or Teleportation Circle. It's Teleportation Circle that goes to the bin. We go Plains. We'll go Ocelot Pride. This will make us a cat at the end of turn. Gain a life. Go for 1 damage here. Ping. End of turn, trigger, make a cat. If we have more, if we have the City's Blessing, we get double loyal tokens, yada, yada, yada. The debuffs or the fixes. So Ocelot Pride became 2 mana in Alchemy, and Guide of Souls became 4 mana to become the Angel Swing thing. They just blew up our beloved. We're going to go Arabo, make another cat, make another energy, make another energy, and they've scooped it up. They don't want to see Guide of Souls into Arabo, which is wild, but fine. Okay, sure. You want to play mono black? I want to play mono white, and you don't want to see it? Cowardice. Sheer fucking cowardice. Are you telling me the mono black deck isn't playing any number of like 3, 4, or 5 mana destroy all creatures or give them all -2/-2? Are you telling me you don't have that in your deck? Because that might be a skill issue. We go from fighting Scroll Liliana to fighting Nicol Bolas himself, the God Pharaoh, at a big old 7 mana. Hopefully we can fuck their shit up before they get there. We have a equipment, we have a flicker spell, we have a cat beast mount, 2 mana, 3/1 that does some extra stuff when we saddle it, and we have, of course, the mono white Weenie aggro all-star Adeline. I think we give this a go. 2-drop, 3-drop, 3-drop. Seems pretty hot, if you ask me. We can even saddle Trained Arynx off of the Adeline, because she'll be a 2/4 when we play her off of the 2-drop. Let's go Plains. Let's just slam a jam a Basilisk Collar. Bit of lifelink, bit of Death Touch. Can't complain when you stick that on a token. They have blue and a colourless open, so they can have any number of frustrating counter spells. But look, can they get the Trained Arynx? They can't stop it. It's unstoppable. It's an unstoppable Arynx. Double black now. Whoa, the removal spell options. It's a Marquesa. Well, we do not want to swing into that 3/4. Bloody 3 mana 3/4s, am I right? We can Sky Knight Squire. We can Adeline. We could just exile Marquesa forever by giving them a fish. Is that the correct thing to do? Probably not. Let's go Arabo. Grow the Arynx, because it's a cat. Saddle the Arynx by tapping Arabo, giving it first strike and scry 1. Combat attack 4. This can get through the Marquesa. Bang. Do we want an Arcane Signet? Do we want an Arcane Signet? Hitting more mana is good, but I'm basically, if it's a land with double spelling next turn, I think a land is better. So I'm going to put Signet on the bottom. It's a bit slow in the current circumstance. I'm nervous of letting them get to 7 mana, basically. If you told me a million years ago that you'd be able to get a 3/1 with first strike simply by saddling up a cat, I would have thought you mad. Absolutely mad. The reason I say that is because Porcelain Legionnaire is a classic cube staple for being one of the white aggro creatures, a 3/1 with first strike with Phyrexian mana on its body. Thief Sanity. Whoa, classic. Not quite a Night Vale Spectre level of classic, but still classic nonetheless. They have 1 mana here. Is it a push? Is it a bolt? They pass back to us. Okay, we hit that land up. Here's an Animal Sanctuary. Let's go with... We've got a Flicker spell here and a Flicker spell here. This one is instant speed. Let's go Sky Knight Squire, which will ETB, trigger, make a cat, and then trigger itself to grow it. Or doesn't kill the Squire, groweth the Squire. We will saddle our Arabo, and in order to do so, we will tap this Summoning Sip Kitty Cat. I'm going to go to combat, and we're going to slam a jam with a 4/2. If I have Plains on top, I like this double spell, so getting to 3 and a 2 is a sweet spot for Cat Collector plus Parting Gust, or Cat Collector plus Doll, depending on which one we don't cast this turn. This is 4 damage opponent, you're only on 21. That's divisible by 4, I believe. It's not though, is it? Because if you divide 21 by 4, you don't get a round number. So is it divisible? Is it factually incorrect to say it is divisible? Because to be divisible, you have to hit like a nice round number. Like to divide on a calculator and get some sort of number. What is it? 21 divided by 4, 5.25. I guess that's technically divisible. Hopefully there's a math scientist in the chat. Tell me in the comment section below. Take them to 17. Also not divisible by 4 under the current logic. Pass back to them. This is the bit where I start to get a bit tense. When the access to the black and the red and they play the 5th land, I'm like, oh my goodness, that unlocks so many things that blow up all of our shit. In comes Thief of Sanity. So what happens here is this will hit us and exile cards from our library. So what I'm going to attempt to do is Parting Gust with no gift or a tapped fish. Because if it wasn't promised, we'll return that creature to its owner's control plus one of the next end step. Oh shit, I can't actually surprise make my Sky Knight Squire grow that way. Okay, they're going to hit us. They're going to exile a card from our library. I'm pretty sure them hitting some sort of mono-white cat isn't going to be the most impressive thing for them. We go to 23. They look at the top 3 cards and exile one of them face down. They have to pay the mana for it. I hate my current sleeve. Hate's a strong word. I don't really like these sleeves. I don't know why it's defaulted to them. I need to turn them off. Like, I like that art for Tyvar on the Tyvar card, but I don't want all my cards on the back of it. What is this? We're going to gift a fish here. I'm just going to get rid of Marquesa. Goodbye, Marquesa. You don't come back. You just get a fucking fish. And the reason I'm doing this is so I can turn all my creatures sideways and beat the living shit out of our opponent. They missed a land drop here, which is pretty exciting. Does this give them land drops? You may cast, you may not play, so you cannot hit land drops off Thief of Sanity. We untap and draw Sword of Fire and Ice. They scoop it up. I was considering casting Dedicated Dollmaker or Cat Collector pre-combat, and they scoop it up. Arabo chalks up another claw mark upon the bedpost, like the pussycat that it is. Just opening some packs that I've unlocked there. There's a bit of a victory lap, if anything. Oh, golden rare wild card, the best possible one you can open. Oh, one more, if you insist. Oh, suit you, sir. Suit you. What do we get? Alessia, I'll take it. And our first copy of Brazen Scourge from Foundations, which is a 3-mana, 3/3 hasting gremlin. If you like gremlins, well, if you like, if we're honest, it looks like an aardvark, right? If we're completely honest, it's a fucking aardvark. So we've won too many games back to back where our opponent just couldn't deal with us making a load of fucking cats. So my confidence levels are waning because I don't believe we can keep up this luck. Although I do think the deck is quite sweet. I do think Arabos are generally quite a solid threat out of the command zone. This hand is 3 lands because Witch Enchanter is another land. And if we don't have to play the land by hitting more land drops anyway, it's a very good front end card, especially for flickering. 2-drop creature. 3-drop interactive creature, a 4-drop planeswalker, equipment to make things aggressive. This hand seems pretty sweet. Love to hit one more land off the top though. We're going to go planes into Eater of Virtue, which is basically Bone Splitter that we played earlier, but with upside. Well, I guess technically there's a downside to it too, because Exile things is attached to, and you might want to put things in your bin. Then on Nixilis, the Adversary. This is the one with Casualty, create planeswalkers, and then it pings you. It makes devils, and then, yeah, whatever. Okay, let's go. Ardenvale. Dawning Marshal. We drew another land, which means you might get to Witch Enchanter one of their mana rocks if we keep hitting land drops. Exciting because we can go to Loran, blow up a mana rock, they play another mana rock, blow up with Witch Enchanter. They plot a card. Please take your guesses now as to what that card is. We're going to go Iganjo, and I'm just going to Slammer Jam Arabo to use mana efficiently. Get in for 3, make 2 more bodies. Arabo is much like a Blade Splicer, except it's cat focused, doesn't care about golems. It does create 4 power like Blade Splicer, but there's no first strike involved. And it does create more power on board when you cast it if you have other cats around. So it's kind of like a Blade Splicer. I guess playing a Ajani onto an empty board is pretty good. This plot card, the Wrath in plot is in white, so I don't think that's that. I'm going to Witch Enchanter this out, bolt myself. Thank you, Modern Horizons 3! And then we're going to go Ajani Call of the Pride. And I think I'm going to make a cat off of this to really threaten their life total. It's a token cat, so it won't trigger Arabo, but it will immediately gain +1/+1 from the Arabo's passive effect. They did have a removal spell. They had Demon Bolt, which is fine. You can take 7 now, sir. You're on 15. We do have a removal spell. We have another Bone Splitter. Meteoric Massacre for 2. Brutal stuff. We'll put that back on command zone. There's the Wraths that I was talking about earlier. Well done, opponent. Well done. Let's go Loran of the Third Path. Blow up the Massacre to get the passive effect gone. Equip Eater of Virtue to Loran. So we have a 4-1 attacker now. Their command doesn't kill stuff, right? No. A 1/1 hasting trampler. It's just so they can casualty it, right? Yeah, fair enough. 2 copies of Nixilis. 1 on 1 loyalty, 1 on a bunch. They make a devil. We have to discard a card. Lose 2 life and they gain 2 life. We will discard Bone Splitter. We will make Loran fly. Go to combat, and we're just going to Slammer-Jam an Nixilis here. They still have an Nixilis. I should have killed the token. I did. Because killing the commander version means they can recast it and eat the previous devil, which gives them pretty good, strong advantage. Mayhem Devil. Okay. Perforating Artist. I need to read this. This is from the new set. Death Touch 3/2. Raid beginning end step if you attack this turn. Each one loses 3 life unless that player sacrifices a non-land permanent. Or discards a card. Yeah, I was checking it wasn't and. Jesus. We will discard Parting Gust.
Your punishment is my entertainment.
We got a first strike flying vigilant creature, so like, oh whoa, blocking here is pretty good. Let's go to blocks. Block this. It does 1 damage to me. That's fine. I'm tempted to draw a card off this because we're so low on resources. And Lay Down Arms going to kill the Mayhem Devil, I think. Then we get a raid trigger. I'm going to lose 3 life. And then I'm going to activate Loran. Target opponent and me draws a card. Relic Water sucks here. Esper Sentinel's decent though. Oh shit, Lay Down Arms can only hit 1 drops right now because I only have 1 planes here. That's no good. If we kill Nixilis, they get to recast Nixilis, eat the Perforating Artist, and hit 2 copies of Nixilis. So I'm best off just not killing the Nixilis. I think I need to kill them. Oh, I passed through combat. Fuck, I needed to hit them for 6. Oh, that's bad. Okay, well, I did say my confidence is waning, and when you punt that hard, losing 6 points of damage, yeah, that's a problem. Nixilis makes a devil, sure, that kills him off. I guess killing him stopped them making the devil, and they would have just recast him anyway. Will they pay for Esper Sentinel here? I should have moved some equipment across, really, shouldn't I? Sure. So we get an ob. They ping me for 1. They ping the Esper Sentinel for 1. 2 Nixilises. Nixili. They make another devil. The uptick. Are we pre-combat? We are pre-combat. I'm going to discard Lay Down Arms here. They should be on 15, but I'm an idiot. I'm going to draw some more cards. Hitting our 5th land drop is very good. We did, but it's tapped. Okay. Werefox is reasonable as a magic card. Let's play our tap land. Go to combat. Attack. Attack and kill the token one. If we exile the Perforating Artist with the Werefox Bodyguard, it stops having to discard cards to it every turn. And also, I played the Synergies Shelter as a Seljury Glacier, but having the protection was probably pretty good if they rip a removal spell, because we are drawing them a shit ton of cards as we're trying to get there. Okay, they get to play a Cosmos Elixir, which gains them life and scries or draws them cards. Feed the Swarm is pretty good here. We're going to draw a card. It's not good drawing cards, but I need to find something. They're going to lose 3. When it dies, exile it. And now your virtue gives first strike, vigilance, and flying, I think. We'll discard
Your punishment is my
the Inventor's Fair. They go to combat and swing. We're going to go Werefox Bodyguard. We're going to consume this one. Go to blocks. Say no blocks. Take 4. They'll gain life off the elixir and scry to the bottom. We'll untap and draw a land. I think it only gets vigilance off this because it doesn't get the keywords from the other equipment, I think, is how that works. I think we make a really impressive Werefox here. Now, if I killed Nixilis, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, they can just make 2 of Nixilis again. I could do with some first strike if I'm some lifelink if I'm completely honest. We go to combat and we kill the ob. I can Relic Water the Consuming Elixir next turn. I kind of want to do it after I cast Arabella to get another cat, and then we'll have so many cats that combat damage becomes less important. That is a Chandra. It's going to kill our Werefox. It's going to give them back their raid creature, and I think that's good enough, Mr. Tom. I wonder if Eat of Virtue should allow it to give the creature flash if a flash thing's underneath it, but it doesn't. It doesn't do that. Antibolt. Can't gain life. Lifelink will not stabilize us. What can we rip here? Some sort of Wrath would be okay, but I think I end up cutting them very early on. We'll lose 3 life. We draw a Sword of Fire and Ice, which will not get us there. We can go Arabella, make 2 bodies, and then we are dead to numerous concoctions and combinations of sacking devils, upticking Chandra and similar. Good game. Good game. Okay, we'll do one more. I punted that, but it didn't really matter too much. I think my opening hand... Was my opening hand good? Can't even remember it. I think them having the exact removal spell for the Planeswalker when they did, because that like was a shame, right? Yes, they had exact removal of the Planeswalker, and they had a Wrath for all 4 creatures. And that ended up being very good at just like making me fall massively behind, that's kind of how it goes sometimes when you get Wraths. More people should play Wraths for that very reason, to stop White Weenie from being oppressive or the fun police. We're into Niv-Mizzet Perun, which is the good Niv. We've got an opening of Guide of Souls into Esper Sentinel, which is pretty good, because if you didn't know, Modern Horizons cards tend to be absolutely cracked. The rest of my hand is a little bit shaky, but I think I keep it off the strength of these 2 cards alone. I actually am going to lead with Esper Sentinel. Because it means if they're countering from turn 1, we're going to get some hot gas out of that bad boy. Frustratingly, we can't go land Mind Stone into our Guide of Souls because of the color requirements. We can go invent this fair into Mind Stone here, though, which does set us up for 3-drop or 2-drop plus 1-drop. We're going to swing for 1, take him to 24. Scarlet's Aid's pretty good. Any of our equipment's powered up thanks to that. They've got double mana here. Sure. Let's go Cigarda's Aid here. Does this resolve, opponent? It does. Okay. In for 1. No burn spell. No burn spell. They go 23. Pass to them. In our end step, do you crack the Misty? You do. No Brainstorm ahead of it. And the Misty's going to get themselves a Steam Vents, I'd assume. There we go. Oh, no, of course, they get Thundering Falls. What am I talking about? That is the obvious go-to if you're untapped now, because the Surveil is so valuable. So it's going to be Steam Vents or Thundering Falls. There's no other thing they can play in blue-red. You're collecting a Triome in Brawl because of how Color Identity works. A holdover from Commander. 3 mana. Oh, we untap. We draw planes. Pretty good. We'll go Guide of Souls. Does this resolve, opponent? It does. We'll go to combat. We can flash in Maul of Skyclaves. We can flash in Sword of Fire and Ice. In reality, I should do this for damage and triggers here, but I want to hold up stuff to like protection, grow the Esper Sentinel response to the trigger so we get a bigger cost for them, stuff like that. They're going to Brain Surge, and they can't play for Esper Sentinel here. I think whilst they're tapped out, I Slammer Jam Fire and Ice onto the Esper Sentinel so they can't interact with it. No counter magic for you. Groweth the Esper Sentinel. Pro blue, pro red, 3/3. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. They draw 4 cards and put 2 cards back. Brain Surge is even more good when you then crack the fetch afterwards, shuffling away the shit that you put on top of your library. You're basically cheating at that point. That's how strong and powerful that is. Spire Bluff Canal is tapped from our opponent. Thirst for Discovery here. Will you pay the 3? You did not pay the 3. Sweet as a nut. Draw 3, discard 2 cards unless you discard a basic land card. Significantly worse than Brain Surge, unless you want to fill your bin full of shit. The interesting thing about Perun as a commander, a brawl or traditional commander, is the triple blue, triple red means that like playing Mind Stone, for example, or other worn power stones and solvings and similar are actually a cost. There is a downside because they are a card you are playing and spending your turn doing, which will not get you closer to casting your commander. They discarded Lightning Bolt, which is interesting. Inventor's Fair triggers. We have 4 mana. I wonder if I'm meant to go Arabo here or set up Teleportation Circle. I'll also go Frontier as well and just get some more cards out of it. I think that's pretty good. Let's go sort of Forge and Frontier, which is pro-red, pro-green. We'll put that on Guide of Souls. So they're both pro-red now, so any Storm's Wrath or similar doesn't kill them. We'll Slammer Jam. Get 2 triggers. We're going to do 2 damage to them, draw a card, and we're going to extra top 2 cards on the library and get an extra land drop this turn, which we did not find. We did not find any land drops. Let's go Legion's Landing. Make a 1/1 trigger, gain some life. Sweet, we've got 1 energy. We are popping off over here. Up to 5 mana. Solve the equation, allows them to go find something. They don't pay the 3, so we do get a land drop off of... Well, we draw a land off Esper Sentinel. It's not a land droppers, per se. They get River's Rebuke, which is pretty good for them next turn, because it will bounce all our shit. River's Rebuke is one of those cards in the format that bugs me. Some of the ultimatums, River's Rebuke, Cyclonic Rift, even to a lesser extent, like my beloved Crater Hoof, because it makes a lot of interesting games not so interesting, because you're really just racing towards that situation, right? It's not that fun. They're going to Treasure Cruise, draw 3 cards. Next one we're doing 3, so 6, 7, 8, 9 damage to them. If you play Arabella, it doesn't do any more damage to them. Inventor's Fate gains us a life. We hit a Plains. So if we go Maul of the Skyclaves, that's another 2 damage. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They'll go to 2, and then they'll be alive and well to cast River's Rebuke next turn as long as they hit a land drop. We will flip Legion's Landing. We can also go Arabella into Dawnwing Marshal, which gives us the energy to pump this, which is an extra pip of damage. I think more of the Skyclave does more here. Yeah, let's do that. Put it on Esper Sentinel. They have 1 mana here. Is it a Spell Pierce? It's a Strict Serenade. Okay, we're going to draw off of that. Draw another land. Now we don't want land drops, we're hitting them. Guide of Souls triggers off the bird, sure. It needs 4 energy to get to where we want to be at. They're going to bounce all our stuff, but that's fine. Here's Dawnwing Marshal. Go to combat, swing in. Transform Legion's Landing. Take them to 6. We'll shoot them for 2. Draw a card. Exile top 2 cards of our library. Hit Lean and Vanguard. Get another land drop. Go Plains. Go Helpful Hunter. Draw a card. It's pretty sweet. I mean, they're on 4 and they're going to rebuke us, so that's not ideal, but here we are. Scalding Tarn down to 3. It's River's Rebuke time. Let's reset the board state. Yep. We get to draw a card. Sweet as a nut. Okay, so we're going to go Basic Plains. We're going to go Giver of Souls, Sigarda's Aid, Esper Sentinel, gain life, Sword of Fire and Ice to protect our Esper Sentinel. And I guess for our last mana we can play nothing really. So we could have probably played Mind Stone there instead. Yeah, I think I'm mana down from that. We're going to go to end step and we're going to discard 3 cards. We're going to discard, I guess, Minas Tirith, Plains, and Mind Stone. Keeping a load of bodies around in case this game gets drawn out. They're on 3. We're on 33. I do feel like we're in the driving seat, but they did reset our entire board. Sword of Fire and Ice, though, doing a good job at meaning they can't bounce this creature. It was Jace, for example. We drew Plowshares off the Jace, triggering Esper Sentinel there. Draw 3 and put 2 back. That's a Brainstorm, baby, for 0. Oh my goodness. Have people noticed how good this card is? Maybe people should play this more. Maybe they could see Legacy play. You know, brainstorming every turn. My God. Foothills from our opponent there. We're going to untap, draw Plains and play it. Okay. What we got cooking here? Let's go to combat to see if they're dead. They got anything? I'm going to take the action here, make the Guide of Souls fly. They're going to Tails End the Guide trigger, and they're out of here. Okay, easy game, really. They just sort of like, just span their wheels and eventually River's Rebuke us. Again, playing Wraths is good. You should play more Wraths. They get you there. River's Rebuke is a bit of an awkward Wrath that doesn't fully get you there because it's 6 mana doesn't fully kill everything. I guess the argument is River's Rebuke's very good when you're really far ahead, not so good when you're not. That was Arabo doing his best Brimaz impression, or should I say just being better than Brimaz, which is, I know that's a controversial thing to say amongst the white weenie community and people who like cats and cat daddy, but it's true. Arabo is everything Brimaz wishes he could be. Because flickering stuff is cool, and cards should always be good with flicker. I say cards should always be good with flicker. I like cards that are good with flicker is a better way of putting it. Hope you've enjoyed this little run through with some mono white weenie in Brawl. If there is a commander for the news that you want to see in a video for me to wax lyrical, talk complete nonsense over, build and play, then please let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and if you are picking up singles, don't forget to check out coolstuffinc.com in the link in the description below. 5% off your orders at checkout by using the code Kenobi, and I'll see you in the next one, dickheads. Ta-ta for now.